Hello and welcome to the Yarnings podcast. I'm Christine and I'll be your host. This is episode 66. I named it. What did I name it? I named it when I created the file. Something about stories from the couch, or couch stories. That's what I called it. It is September 14th, Monday, and it was kind of a drizzly day here in the Pacific Northwest in Vancouver, Washington. I was out and about this morning. You'll see that I'm coming to you from a different location. This is going to be a quick impromptu podcast. I have not had as much time lately to sit and podcast, and my craft room is kind of a little crazy, and all of my projects were sitting in here on my couch where I sit. This couch is a little firmer, and so it's a little better on my back, and so I've been sitting here with yoga blocks behind my back for extra support, and that's been helpful. So since everything was already in here, I was running a little short on time, but I really wanted to talk to you guys. I thought I would take a little bit of time and sit down and chat with you from my couch. We don't have a couch downstairs anymore. This is the couch, and it's just a little IKEA couch. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it is firm, and so that's been helpful to me. And so when I set up this room it's been a lot of things. More recently, we've been calling it the Goodwill room because it had all the things that needed to be sorted and, and given away. And so now there's an exercise bike over there. There's a little footstool that my laptop is sitting on. The pile of library books is divided between underneath my laptop and on this little edge. You can see my little hippo up here. And then there is a TV back there, but it's not really hooked up to too much. And the closet behind it has a lot of stuff that needs to be sorted and given away. So that's a little tour. I've got an exercise bike and a yoga mat and weights. So technically this is my exercise room. I've been using it often for sitting in here and knitting or spinning and watching whatever TV series I'm currently on. So we're not going to have all the regular segments today. I probably will pause and go draw for the contest that is waiting, but we're just going to kind of go through all the stuff that is sitting around me on the couch. Okay. All right. So, finished objects. I am wearing this, and I will try and wear it again so you guys can see it in its full glory, because I can't stand out very easily with the way I have the laptop sitting. So, you can see the top part of my current tunic. This is the Poison Oak by Karina Spencer. I probably won't have little titles on the screen tonight. The Poison Oak sweater, top, tunic. No, I think it's just the Poison Oak. And it is using a combination of my hand spun. The colorful stuff is Sun Valley fibers, which I spun into a 2-ply with that and some gray lace weight. And then I used some Madeline Tosh, Tosh Merino Light, and Prairie Lace. And when I used the Prairie Lace, I held it double, and that's what the gray stripes are in between the hand spun. That's what the edging is, and that's what the cute little sleeves are. I knit it as long as I had hand spun, and then I finished it off with the edging, and then I used what was left of the Tosh Merino Light to do the ends of the sleeve, and I think that turned out to be a really nice length. I'm super happy with this project. I feel so very pleased because, well, I mean, it's an awesome project, but to think about the fact that I bought the fiber at ZK the end of June. I started spinning the fiber 4th of July weekend. I started knitting the sweater the beginning of August. Oops. And I had it done to wear Labor Day weekend. That's pretty amazing. I can't believe that happened. So it was very much a labor of love that I did during this summer, and it really spanned a lot of time, a lot of time that I put into it, where I worked on that and not much else. And I did some of the spinning on the go, I did some of the knitting on the go, and it just all worked out so good. So, super pleased with this finished object. The second finished object, which has not yet been blocked, is my Sushi on the Go Trillion. And yes, I know it doesn't quite match what I'm wearing, but I'll put it on for you anyhow. So this is Fat Cat Knits, their basic sock, so you can see that it is rolling up over here. Basic sock base in the color Sushi. And I did it as part of Fiber and Dice's Sushi Quest Yarn Along, where I knit on this. This was one of the colors inspired by the games that Rebecca picked and the members of the group voted on. And the other one was Dungeons and Dragons, and Fat Cat Knits dyed up 2 colorways inspired by these games, and people are knitting and spinning the yarn and fiber. And the coloring in this room is not as good as my other room, but you can see it's a beautiful mix. There's different spots where the pooling shows up different, and it's just so lovely. Oh, I guess the edging is this side. I'm showing you the wrong side, but yeah, it's rolling up quite a bit, so I will put my blocking wires in it when I am ready to lock it. But it turned out really nice. It's a really nice size. It'll be really nice to wear not just in the fall, because it'll be a good fall one, but in the spring, because these are totally springy colors for me. So, yay! So this was the Trillion pattern by Martina Bain, with a Bain along as well, because I'm always knitting Martina Bain patterns, and I am currently knitting a Bain pattern. This is the Vigeance, and it has grown by a bit. I put it on a little bigger needle so I could try it on the other day, and it's coming along. I've got that much more on my initial 200 grams that I wound off of the cone. This is yarn from Peru. My friend Angel brought back to me because this pink is totally a me color. And today, when I was at the craft store, I had a doctor's appointment, and I went to the craft store, and I had a Groupon, which that's always cool. I got some beads. So what I'm going to do is take these 3 different beads and mix them all up and do them randomly. This one's a really nice rose gold pink. This one's a little oranger, and this one's a really nice medium pink. And they all have the same bronze center on them, and so I think that's going to be really nice. None of them are as intense as the pink, because you can't get much more intense than the pink. So I think that they will sparkle and add a really nice look to the edge of my shawl. And I don't know how many is in each of these, but they're by weight. And so I don't think I'll use all 3 little tubes, but I like the idea of the 3 colors. So that is my visage, and that I knit on while I was out and about today, because I don't have a lot of things on the needles right now. The other existing work in progress, let's see, got to the end of the row because I tried them on this morning. These are my zigzagular socks, my toes in the sand dubbed socks. See the little zigzagging there. My friend Rena pointed out that on their side, they look like little Hawkeye arrows, and I like that. Oh, I took off my earrings for my nap and I didn't put them back on. I put the top back on. I didn't nap in that, but I forgot to put the earrings back on. So this is a 716 knit for self-striping sock yarn, nylon merino, in the Bitka colorway, and I am about a stripe away from the heel, maybe a little more than that. So those are coming along nice, and look how nicely they're matching up. I'm really excited about that. These are going to be exactly the same. So that is, my computer just decided to turn on its fan because it's thinking about something. Hopefully, let's make sure that the time capsule, there we go. Skip this back up. All right, so those were the 2 existing works in progress that you had already seen. My quick book is going. The new thing that I cast on, which is so new that I don't even think it has a Ravelry page yet. This is my Chambord handspun. This is the one that I had already spun up all the singles just about, and this summer I plied them as a 2-ply and then decided it wasn't thick enough for anything, and so I plied it as a cable ply. So it's sport DK-ish, and so I am knitting the Madame Entrechat. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I'm guessing it's the colors are a little better than that. I'll show you guys again when I'm in my real room and you can see. This is going to go quickly though. So the way this is constructed is I'm doing the sleeves and the back like that, and then I pick up for the fronts. So I am almost to where I divide off for the sleeves. I think that I have one more set of rows. I think I'm at 50 stitches. Yeah, I think so. So I'm very close to dividing off for the sleeves, and if I can get that a little closer tonight, it may go with me on my normal Tuesday out. That would be nice. I'm enjoying working with my hand spun. You can see that I'm alternating skeins, and it's more noticeable at some points than the other, and I'm totally good with that. That will be better than having a big drastic jump between skeins later on. I would rather have it somewhat stripe right now than a big drastic jump. This is going to be a really nice fall shrug. We'll see how long the sleeves go. Because it's hand spun, it's not 100% even, and so my gauge is pretty close to what it should be, but I don't know how far my yarn will stretch. So depending on how long the sleeves are, this might be a shrug for wearing with long sleeve shirts. But it's definitely got the nice rusty burgundy purple tan that makes me think of fall. I guess it's the rusty color in there, the burgundy-ish, that definitely has that fall idea to me. So that will be really nice to wear. Okay, those are all of my knitting works in progress. I have spinning somewhere over here, some pillows, some things. So currently on my spindle, this is Blue Moon Fiber Arts. The tag is over there. This is Polworth in the colorway Valens Gummy. And this is my first try at fractal spinning. And I don't remember where I was at when I talked to you guys last. I don't think I had actually started this. I think I divided it up after I talked to you last. So I took it and divided it into 8 sections. I divided it in half. That half I divided into 4. I divided it in half lengthwise and then divided that in half segments. Bloop, 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 bloop. And then I took the other half, the other lengthwise half, and divided it in 4ths lengthwise. So this one's number 1. Number 1. I numbered them all so that then I was sure which ones were which. And this one is one of the long colorways. You can see how long it takes to go from one to the other. So this is one of the half stretched further. And then this one that I'm spinning now has much shorter color repeats. See on the bottom maybe a little better. And that's really fun. I am really enjoying seeing the difference. This is number 7. There's the tag for that one. This is number 7 of 8. So I have this and one more nest, and then I get to plot them. Really fun. I'm just really enjoying this new to me technique, and I have no idea what I'll do with it, but it's going to be a 2-fly, and it's going to be really neat. I had 8 ounces of it, so it was my biggest quantity of any single fiber. I don't think I've had more than 4 ounces of anything before this, so it's really fun. So I've just been spinning up a storm with that as I've been relaxing and trying to rest and recuperate my back. That has been a really fun and entertaining thing that I've been doing. I've spent a lot of my time spinning on it with West Wing, and so that's going to have those memories of seeing West Wing for the first time with that project, that spinning. End of my. That's the outside of the thing, and that's why it was getting caught. I see now. Okay, what else do I want to show you? So, I don't remember what I called my multi-craftual section. Oh, first, I'll show you needle adjacent. This is Midwestern Knits by Karina Spencer and Allison Dykusen. Karina Spencer is the one who designed this pattern. And I kickstarted this really excitedly, and so I've been really looking forward to seeing, because I grew up in Michigan until I was 10, and so the Midwest has a special place in my heart. And I have a lot of friends that live in the Midwest, especially now after going to ZK for 2 years in a row. There are some great patterns in here. The one that I am going to cast on first is on the motorway. It's got a pleated section in the back. It's got awesome cables all the way through it. And I really, really like it. This is a pattern by Adrian Larson, who's from North Dakota, and it calls for Knits in Class, which is a DK weight yarn. I didn't have much DK in my stash, and so I have unraveled a sweater. My very first sweater that I knit was out of Blue Moon Fiber Arts Socks That Rock Heavyweight, and it was always too big for me, and that was when I was bigger. And so I finally decided I was going to rip that out. So last week I ripped it out. I soaked it, and it's dry now, hanging in the bathroom still. It hasn't come down. It needs to get put into balls. I skeined it up, and that is going to be really cool, and I'm super excited about starting this project. Here's another pretty view of it. Let's not cover up her poor face. So there are some other really nice things in here. There's a hat that I like. What other one? This beechwood hat and cowl. It's really pretty. There's another sweater. Oh, Michigander mitts. Because if you live in Michigan, you hold up your hand and show where you live, which is totally what I've done all my life. I love it. There is a super cool color blocked pullover, and then an even super cooler color blocked tee. Storm Clouds. I totally need to knit this one. I really like this one. That will probably be one I do next spring. So yeah, there are some really great things in here. If you did not Kickstarter it, you can still buy the book or the patterns on Ravelry, and I am really glad that I did. So I know that they are starting a bunch of knit-alongs, so I will be joining in on that. So now I'll show you the other multi-craftual thing that I pulled out here. So a couple weeks back, I showed you this book, All Points Paper Patchwork by Diane Gilliland, who lives here in Portland. And I decided I wanted to try this. And so today I went to the craft store and I bought a bunch of different things that were suggested to have to try this. And so I got some cool different fabrics. I'm gonna make little hexes. So I got a hex punch to make my templates. And then I got a little pink thimble. That was kind of a splurge. I'm not sure I needed a pink thimble, but it's so cute. And I got some thread and a seam ripper and needles and cute little pins, because this was the kind that she recommended in the book. And there's another little fat quarter of owls in there. And I don't know if this will be something that I put a lot of time and effort into, but I got in a little box, and I would like to get a bunch of these templates and the little fabrics cut out. I need to find my fabric scissors in my other room and bring them with me on my upcoming trip. We're doing a long car ride. So that's that. Let's have a sip of my drink here. Okie dokie. What else shall I show you? I've got comic books here. This one needs to go back. I haven't read it yet, so I will read this tonight probably, or tomorrow while I'm at the library. This is the third volume of Ms. Marvel. I read the first and second and really liked them. The second was super good. And I think that one of the ones in here is actually one that's in the Shield volume that I have. So that'll be good. And then I have Buffy, which also needs to go back, but I found out that the library only has the first 6th and 8th volumes, and so it doesn't do me very much good. So I need to figure that out. I kind of lost my steam on starting to read it because they didn't have all of them. And there's so many of them, so I haven't figured out how I'm going to read all those. I've been watching West Wing. We've been watching some of the X-Men movies still. Haven't played very many games. My back has just not quite allowed me to sit at the table that long, which is sad. And Fanciful Chatter. This one's sitting over here. I don't know if I showed you guys this. This is amazing lotion. It is fresh mint and wild honey. Another Fanciful Chatter. Christine's Kitchen. I made a ginormous awesome salad for dinner. It had rotisserie chicken and mango and cucumbers and sharp white cheddar. That was really good. I have a new stove and a new microwave. We are working on my kitchen remodel, and that has involved a lot of trips to IKEA and Home Depot and Lowe's, trying to nail down all the details of what is going into that. My brother is the contractor, and so trying to figure out all the little bits and pieces of what we need to know for getting everything ordered and all that. So that is coming up very quickly. I have a lot to do. But we did get the stove and the microwave beforehand. That is all in. It took about 4 days of different tries to get it into its places. It's been kind of a comedy of errors, but it's in now, so that's good. What else do I want to tell you guys? Happiness continues. I'm just continuing to try and plan things, plan for an upcoming road trip, remodel, but also planning time to recharge and relax. My back needs that. My brain needs that. It's a good thing to plan a time to just sit and watch West Wing and spin. I'm sure there are things in your life that you could use planning that recharge into your day. So I'd highly recommend that. Okay, I'm going to pause. I'm going to go, maybe I just won't even pause. I'm just going to take my iPad. We're going to draw for Knitting Community. We've got a prize of 2 skeins of very colorful yarnings, which are in the other room. But you guys have seen them, so I'm just going to, I have already locked the thread. Okay, that sounded like I was really ready, but I'm not. I'm just going to babble while my iPad doesn't think I'm logged into Ravelry, which that's silly. Of course I'm logged into Ravelry. All right. Very colorful yarnings. Let's see how many entries we've got. We've got 24 people, 24, and I was the first. So random number generator, 2 through 24. Random.org. This is your exciting Watch Christine surf moment. Okay. 2, 24. The winner is... Okay, I tried to do the random drawing. I got the number. The number was 9, but then it didn't want to show me the thread. So now I have 2 devices, not to mention the laptop's in front of me. So, scrolling down, and number 9 is bulky. Karen, you won some beautiful pink. And you can knit your pair of socks and shawl, even though it's not blue and green. Karen has a color profile that is pretty well honed, so this would be out of her norm. So congratulations. I do believe I have your address, so I will let you message me to let me know that you heard this, and we'll get that out to you. I have the previous prize that also needs to go into the mail. I have not gone to the mailbox since then. I haven't gone to the actual post office since then, so those will go out at the same time. So thank you for joining me. Thanks for joining me on my couch for the different kind of stories for the day. You can follow me around on the internet. I'm Christine with a K on Ravelry. I'm KDLB, just the letters, on Instagram. The Yearnings podcast group has a forum on Ravelry, and you can view the show notes, although today's will be very scarce. There will be something there, but it'll be really basic. But you can find that at yarningspodcast.com. Okay, guys, until next time, that's the story. Bye.